Hello friends, this is Mike, Southwest Virginia Land Clearing. I want to do a little bit of an overdub at the beginning of this since it just kicks right off. This is day 2 of a 3-day project. In fact, this video was days 2 and 3 of a 3-day project. If you haven't seen the previous one, you can go back to the channel and watch that one. And it just shows you kind of how we got started here. But anyway, I just hadn't done a video intro for day 2, so I thought I would say a little bit about it, and just to make sure you knew this is a job in progress. It's from a year ago, but it's probably some of the best tree cutting footage that I've taken so far. It really wasn't much underbrushing and stuff here. It was really just cutting a bunch of trees. And so it was a really kind of a fun and rewarding job, and it was just very satisfying to do. So you'll see some of the transitions in these videos are they weren't even really done for this video. They're really more just to show the client where we were at various points in the process. And so but later on you'll see a day 3 intro. But anyway, I'm also toying with how to do the background sounds in these, and I'd be interested in any feedback that any of you have if you want to leave a comment. I've been speeding these up because you really don't have a lot of options as far as getting a lot of footage into a video. You end up either having to cut a whole bunch of stuff out, or you have to you just make really long videos, or you have to speed it up. And so I've been choosing to speed them up just because when I feel like there's some really good footage, I don't want to just cut it all out. But you come off some of these jobs, and sometimes I'll have 15 or 20 hours of footage, and you just can't put it all out there. So you got to make a compromise somewhere. But one of the things that's been frustrating to me, and it's been a limitation of some of the software I've used, is you go to speed the stuff up and it'll strip out the sound. And so I could, like, for me personally, I would prefer, rather than putting background music over it in most cases, sometimes it's kind of nice, but I'd rather just have the sounds of the machine, even if they're sped up. And so, and you can actually still hear the work being done. And so anyway, that's what I've been trying to figure out how to do the workarounds in the software, because just like I said, because of some of the limitations, I'm not using the most powerful stuff out there, and so, but I've kind of been figuring it out here lately, and so that's what you see in this video. I've also been toying with how fast is fast enough, or how much is too fast. The last couple videos I put out, I was running at 16x. I think I've decided that's a little bit too fast. This one, of course, this section right here is one of a couple little pieces in here that I'm running at regular speed, but most of this is sped up to 12x, and I think 12x is more of a speed that you can kind of see and hear what's going on without it being too fast. But I'm happy to get any kind of feedback on that in the comments as well. I'm just trying to figure out how best to do this so I can keep the good footage without having to cut too much out and still have it be interesting and watchable. So anyway, but I've just found that I prefer, rather than going back and just having to put in a bunch of some of the music's nice. It's not that I don't like the music. It kind of pulls away from the actual purpose of what we're here to look at, I think. So anyway, these are some of the things that I'm thinking about in the background, putting these things together. So would welcome any feedback on that. Anyway, just going to let this speak for itself for the rest of it here. And if you would, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Especially subscribe. I need to get these subscription numbers up over 1,000, and we're kind of creeping that way, but that would be a really great milestone to hit. So if you can help me by doing that, that would be fantastic. And otherwise, I appreciate you watching. I hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks. Mike. Got some good news, bad news. Good news is I got a lot done down here. I kind of came straight out instead of just going down to this little break down here. I went to the, kind of made it flat across the bottom like you had mentioned. And so that's looking pretty good. I hadn't gotten back over here yet. Bad news is I had a bunch of diesel fuel spew out of the back of this thing. And not even when I was forestry mulching, I was actually grabbing stuff and putting it on top of this pile right here, and then I just had a bunch of fuel jump out of the back of it. And so I gotta take it in and have them tell me what the world the problem is. But fortunately, it ran enough to get up on the trailer. So, but anyway, I just thought I'd show you where we are right now. I think it's looking pretty daggone good. But anyway, so presumably this gets fixed on Monday, and I guess that puts us back here hopefully Tuesday. So I just want to give you a heads up. Thanks. Good morning, it's Mike again. We are here on day 3 and making some pretty good progress. And I've just worked around this big pile here, but we've cut a lot of big trees out through here, so a little bigger trees than I normally do. But Benji's hand cutting out of this ravine up here, just because a lot of the stuff is growing in there is actually down right in the bottom of it. So he's cutting stuff and throwing it up here, and I'm going to come back and hit that. Some of this stuff here, this ravine turns and goes down over there, so I've cut down in here, then I'm going to start going across here. I think I can cross. I think that ravine just kind of stops down here somewhere, but anyway, we're going to end up going back out across here and getting another layer of these trees. But we don't have a tremendous amount of time left, but we're going to do as much as we can. And I got to recut over some of this stuff just to make it a little finer. It's just a lot of wood in there. So anyway, that's what we're doing.
All right, well, here we are at the end of day 3 on this project. It's been fun. Hope you enjoyed it. We cut a lot of trees, and so today we came down this ravine and cleared it out as best we could with the machine, and then Benji came and hand cleared it and threw stuff out, and then we did this whole section below the ravine, and just open it up, and the good thing is you can stand up top here. This would be a potential home site, and you can see all the way down to the bottom. There's a lake over there, or a big pond anyway. There's a bridge down at the bottom. They're just putting this road in over here, and he just set the bridge piece today or yesterday, and they got more work to do on that, but they're going to make a road that goes across and accesses that whole ridge over there, goes across that creek at the bottom. So anyway, so we got some real deep mulch here. It's not always like that, but we cut down a lot of big trees here. We left a few of them, but more easily removed if they want to put a house here. But anyway, that's what we got. The sun is officially down, and we're just going to get it loaded up here. So hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.